Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? So, I'm relaxing on a Sunday. Thought I'd make a video, enjoy my day off. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. As you can see, you get Shogun by James Clavell. Back in the 80s, I saw this and I fell in love with the Japanese culture because of this movie. It's weird, but it made me start investing in reading more books because beforehand, because of my early introduction to Dungeons and Dragons, I was always intrigued by fantasy, and I was an artist, so I used to always draw dragon and knights. But after I saw this, I started reading. I think I was around 10, 11, something around there. I started, or 12, somewhere. I can't remember offhand. I should look that up. Okay, so I was 8 when Shogun came out, and 'cause it was 1980, and so it had such a big impact on my life that I started reading the book probably like a year to maybe 2 years later, give or take. And I remember seeing it on TV, and I thought that the samurais were the coolest. And even though I did love the knight culture and everything, I was always just fascinated by by samurai. You're like, that's great, Joaquin. What's that have to do with D&D? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, um, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, what first edition? I want to say this is still part of. Yeah, Oriental Adventures came out, and as soon as I got this, I told my friends we were almost wrapping up this one module. I go, we're gonna go straight to Japan, and I got a map, and I designed all of these little factions, kind of like Game of Thrones before there was a Game of Thrones, at least for me. And we played, and we had a pretty good time. And I kept the characters and all the races just to Japan. And so, now I reflect upon um, what's been going on with the new update with Shogun, which is on Hulu, and I'm enjoying the series. And I've read the book. It's probably got like in my top five. It's easily in there, probably like top three. I must have read Shogun probably over 10 times, and I have the audio, and I enjoy listening to that. And so the purpose of this video is that if you want to have a Game of Thrones style campaign, this is a good setting for you. The other backup is Greyhawk, because Greyhawk itself is in constant turmoil and wars, and so that's why I have my box set from the Ashes. And they have a lot of information about all the other countries and how they are being affected by war. But if you don't want to go into that broad of a range, I would really suggest picking up like a PDF of the Oriental Adventures. And if you haven't watched Shogun, catch it on Hulu. And you can get some really good ideas of how to make like little small adventures. What the heck is this plastic doing here, ruining my video? Um, make little small adventures and gives you ideas where you're part of a your characters can either be hired by a clan, be part of a clan. They for D&D settings it would be like, maybe they're looking for a magical item, or they're escorting a messenger that has vital information. It could be a long-term campaign where their lord sends them to find an artifact. So let's just take a quick look into the Oriental Adventures, which eventually Eric and I will get around to someday. So here's just a quick glance of the table of contents. The classes that they have. Well, first let's just start off with the races. Akoro Boku. I know I mispronounced that. Henjai Ko Yokoi. Again, please don't correct me. I know my Japanese is very horrible. They're like, and your English too. Yeah, I know. Spirit Folk. I heard you laughing, Eric. Oriental classes, Oriental Barbarian. And so I don't think they're ever going to revisit this supplement. And if they do, they're going to find a more PC word because, Oriental Barbarian, it should just be a barbarian, right? Why do you need to put the Oriental? But they did. Bushi, Kenzai, Monk, Ninja, Samurai, um, Shurikenjai, um, Sohai, Wujin, and Yakuza. And I'm pretty sure the Yakuza is the rogue, where the Sohai is, I want to say that's the cleric. It's been a long time since I looked at that. I know the Wujing is the wizard, and it had a lot of restrictions on the character. And so, like I said, I'm going to keep this a short video. Characters' abilities, multiple attacks, multiple, basic D&D, but here's where it gets different. And so if you want to run a Game of Thrones style game, you might want to, like I said, you can find a free PDF of this somewhere, or just pick up the book. In fact, I'm going to pick up another copy because this is falling apart. But I've had this since 1980, since I was like 8. So here's what I think that's really, really going to help you. Families, clans, and castles. So while it's just a short little 4 pages or so, but it talks about birthright, family structure, additional family structures, master family chart, ancestry, assigning ancestral holdings and birthright. You have the honor system. Then it goes back into normal D&D, like money, equipment, weapons, proficiencies. The Shurikenja spells. Those are the clerics. I forget what the Sohi are. Wuji spells is a wizard. What I thought they did a really good job of upgrading the monk. Now, there was a Dragons magazine that did a great job of upgrading the monk. I forget what number it was. Leave a comment below. But I know that it was in Best of Dragon. Can't remember that one on. But the article is titled, He's Got a Lot to Kick About. And I would use that from the magazine and incorporate that into the first edition monk. Also, they did away with the monk in second edition, which I thought was a big tragedy. And I still allowed my players to play that monk from there. Or I allowed them to use the monk from the Oriental Adventures. The martial arts of the monk right here. This is where they broke it down to styles, creating styles, special maneuvers, principal methods, mental and physical training, stunning and incapacitating, learning martial arts, multiple styles and combining styles. This is what I thought was cool too. They had like the events and encounters. They had the calendar, yearly and monthly events, and then they had terrain tables and monsters. Unique, not unique, well, in some cases probably. Unique treasure and magical items, and overview of Kartor. And that's Forgotten Realms, I believe. And I never got into that. I didn't buy that. I regret that. Maybe I'll look into it. The populations of all the areas, and daily life in Karator. No, I mispronounced that. And building floor plans, bibliography, and family chart. So that's just a quick summary of the D&D's Oriental Adventures. So if you're looking to, like I said, once again, if you're looking to play like a Game of Thrones style campaign, and even if it's just a short one where you only take them up to like 8th level or 10th level, and you just can it after that and move on, I would watch Shogun, whether it's the old one or the current new one with Hulu. And if you want to focus more on Greyhawk, I would get a PDF or some other company that prints these modules, and you just won't get the maps. That's the part that sucks. From the ashes, I want to say these are anywhere from 100 to 200, depending on the condition. So I don't know about going all in on something like that, unless you and your party are really going to spend a lot of time in Greyhawk. So with that, people, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. If you liked the video, leave a comment below, hit the like button, and subscribe, people. I appreciate all the help, and I'll catch you guys later.